the Calvert Hall Cardinals versus the Loyola Dons.
And welcome to M&T Bank Stadium, and a happy Thanksgiving to all of us from ABC2 Sports. Scott Garceau and Keith Mills with you. The traditional battle, they're back at it again this morning. Calvert Hall and Loyola. Keith, besides this being the biggest game in these kids' lives, it's also important in the league this year, right?
Absolutely, Scott. For the first time since we've been doing games down here, this game means something. A Calvert Hall win, and they earn a share of the A Conference Championship. A Loyola win, and the Dons earn the championship outright. So a big game in addition to school pride.
Let's take a look at some of the top players in this game, Keith, for Calvert Hall. They've got a wide receiver, Jasper Iese, who may lead the world in average per catch.
Yeah, anytime you can average 29 yards a catch, you are a big play wide receiver. This is one of Jasper's 6 touchdowns he caught this year. This one against Mount St. Joe a few weeks ago. He is a 6'3", 175-pound senior wide receiver. As I mentioned, 6 touchdowns, 29.5 yards a catch. And that will make any quarterback's Thanksgiving morning a little bit easier to deal with.
Keith, for Calvert Hall's defense, they got a 3-year starter in Ryan Browning, who's one of the key players for them.
Yeah, often, Scott, in high school football, the linebackers are the key players in the defense. And in this case, number 36, Ryan Browning, is that, along with Matt Beitman and Dane Robinson. He anchors this stingy defense. He's a 5'10", 185-pound senior. We'll be calling his name a lot this morning.
Now for the Loyola Dons, who are probably the favorite coming into this game this year. Chris Gilliard leads them in the backfield. They say they'd like him to get 25 touches in this game.
Yeah, head coach Brian Abbott, a lot like head coach Brian Billick, says give the ball to number 34. He is a horse, 900 yards rushing on the year, 11 touchdowns. This one against John Carroll in the final regular season game for Loyola a couple of weeks ago. He's also a starter on defense. He's 5'10", 200-pound senior, and number 34 will be involved in a lot of the offense today.
Larry Strickland's their leading tackler on defense. Keith, tell us about him.
Yeah, Larry Strickland, like Ryan Browning, solid up the middle. He's joined by Ted Melanson and Alex Thompson, and it gives Loyola 3 real good linebackers. 118 tackles on the year for this 5'11", 200-pound senior. Larry Strickland wears number 44.
There you have some of the top players. Let's take a look at our Murray Cellular keys to this game, starting off, first of all, for the Calvert Hall Cardinals, and they talk about balance in the offense, Keith, mixing that run in the pass.
Yeah, they have the big play wide receiver, Scott, but they do want to run the football, and Mike Newton will get a lot of carries, and the Calvert Hall balance is the key.
And they're talking about defensively limiting the big plays of Brady Smith.
Yeah, Brady Smith will hurt you as the quarterback for Loyola. So Calvert Hall's defense needs to keep them out of the big play.
Now Loyola's keys, they're talking about same kind of deal. Stop the Calvert Hall big plays with those wide receivers.
Absolutely, Scott. Again, when you have a couple of guys averaging 25, 30 yards a catch, you need to contain those guys. You might not stop them, but you need to contain them.
And this sounds like one out of Brian Billick's books. Force some turnovers, win the turnover battle, right?
Any high school team that wins the turnover battle, Scott, usually wins the football game. Turnovers will be crucial today.
All right, Keith, let's bring in our sideline reporter. Not quite as well dressed as Lisa Guerrero, but our man dressed in purple, looking pretty good, Jamie Costello.
As soon as Jerry sits down, yes, he just sat down. We now have officially more people in this stadium as we did on Sunday for the Ravens comeback. Hey, these kids, you know, they saw what happened on Sunday. Yeah. They know the comebacks are possible, and here they are wearing number 12 Vinny jerseys. I mean, they were the first Ravens, generation of Ravens fans, and they've been playing in their backyards with Nerf footballs. They graduated to midgets. They went through the JV, and now they're Big V here. And it's about generations. It's about grandfathers and fathers passing it down to their sons. You either have Loyola or Calvert Hall in your blood. We'll show you what this rivalry is all about over the next 2 hours. Somebody will be the star.
Yes.
Somebody will have to tell the next generation what it was like. And they'll say 90,000 people witnessed the game just like this past Sunday.
And they won't leave early today. Calvert Hall and Loyola were just about set to kick off the Turkey Bowl. We'll be back right after this.
The Baltimore County Savings Bank Turkey Bowl, brought to you by Baltimore County Savings Bank. Come home to Baltimore County Savings Bank. And Murray Cellular Associates, one-stop shopping for all your wireless needs.
ABC2 investigates. If you don't watch, you don't know. How fast thieves steal and strip cars and how Baltimore police are fighting back.
We want to make an arrest.
How a local family reacted to a surprise fire drill. Plus, how to make sure your family gets out alive. And the appalling conditions in some Baltimore schools.
Grossly non-hygienic not to have toilet paper.
Just watch. You'll know. The Investigators are on ABC2 News.
It's Bob Bell's Rock and Roll Chevy Truck Month. Bob's rocking down prices to as low as $98.58 and rolling out the savings up to $11,000 on Silverados, Trailblazers, Tahoes, Suburbans. No money down, $189 a month for a new Chevy truck. Now through Monday at Bob Bell's Chevrolet, East Point and Bel Air.
Murray Cellular Associates, an authorized singular wireless agent, is your best choice for wireless service. Open since 1990, we can serve everyone with knowledgeable sales professionals, state-of-the-art technology, and a friendly, eager staff. Rollover minutes, new family talk plans, and 5,000 night and weekend minutes are just some of the ways we keep you connected. Murray Cellular Associates, your one-stop shop for all your wireless needs.
Hi, I'm Tom Murray with Murray Cellular Associates. Happy Thanksgiving!
Now there's something powerful enough to replace all these. Introducing the new Dirt Devil Vacuum Mop. It lets you go from vacuuming to mopping without stopping. Simply vacuum up the dry mess, then spray, mop, and toss. It has the power to clean your whole house, and it's convenient enough for a quick cleanup, even in tight spots. The new Vacuum Mop. Nothing escapes the power of a Dirt Devil.
It's Bob Bell's Rock and Roll Nissan sale. Bob's rocking down prices and rolling out price reductions up to $6,000 on every Nissan. No money down, $199 a month. The all-new Armada Quest and Maxima now on sale. Leave your money at home and roll on down to Bob Bell Nissan before Monday, East Point.
And welcome back to M&T Bank Stadium. Scott Garceau, Keith Mills, Jamie Costello's with us down on the sidelines, and some students don't have their shirts on today, Keith.
Well, you know, we talk about it, we see it a lot, Scott, and that's what their moms and dads' tuition goes for. To come scantily dressed Thanksgiving morning.
Series record, Loyola leads 42-33-8, but Calvert Hall's won the last three, Keith, although we said probably Loyola coming into this game would be the favorite today. They're looking to turn that Calvert Hall winning streak around.
Yeah, Calvert Hall lost a lot to graduation. Matt Eckrell, Andrew Goldbeck gone. They played integral parts of this win last year. Dan Spriggs, of course, had 2 touchdowns, but Loyola very big on the outside at tackles and very strong up front. We'll see what happens with a real good quarterback, Brady Smith, who we'll talk a lot about. But prior to the 3 wins, Calvert Hall's reeled off for Jay Robinson as we get ready for the kick. Loyola had won 11 in a row in this series.
Jimmy Anastasia kickoff. You see the lineup a little different. Student body right. Now they come back and balance things off. And a freshman, Devin Gordon, who's been a big play guy, 10 returns, averaging nearly over 27 yards a return back deep for Loyola. Calvert Hall in white, and the Turkey Bowl is underway. 84th meeting between these two schools. A bouncer taken at the 10-yard line, up across the 30, 35, and good field position for Loyola as they get it all the way out near the 44-yard line. Chris Gilliard on the return, 33 yards, and that's a good start for Loyola.
Great start for Loyola, Scott, and their big play guy, Chris Gilliard, who will carry the load from the backfield, gets the Dons off to a good start.
There you see Brian Abbott over on the Loyola side, took over for the legendary Joe Brune. And Loyola will have it 1st and 10 from the 43. They're big up front. They're 2 offensive tackles, 310 and 300 pounds. Their offensive line averages 255. On the ground they go. First play of the game. It's Gilliard right up the middle, and only about a yard gain on that play. Calvert Hall up front. Dane Robinson, Alex Mazarose, Jake Sumner, and Matt Beitman up front. The linebackers are McPherson, Lopez, and Browning.
No huddle right out of the gate, Scott. Different look here.
And we've got a whistle and our first penalty of the game. Brady Smith at quarterback. And Keith, let's get the call here. Tom O'Hara.
Referees aren't mic'd today, but obviously you saw dead ball, false start. Again, Scott, odd in high school where you go with the no huddle, placing a lot of responsibility on quarterback Brady Smith, as you see Brian Abbott right here in his 2nd year at Loyola.
Well, both of these teams have extra prep time for this game,
absolutely.
Keith, and if you're going to do something like that, have a little more time to work on it. So Brady Smith, 6'2", 240, the big junior quarterback, hands off the dive play to the fullback Rob Utz. and he gets it out back near the original line of scrimmage. Let's take a look at the offensive starters for Loyola. Up front, Weiss, Morris, Hanley, Stout, and Sullivan, their best offensive lineman, the 310-pound tackle. The receivers are Kaiser, Emery's Darrell, and Doug Piper's the tight end. And then in the backfield, it's Brady Smith at quarterback, Gilliard and Utz. And Brady Smith looking to run. Calvert Hall player lost his helmet. Brady Smith gets it up to about the 44. That Bikeman.
You know you're sticking your head in there when you lose your helmet. Brady Smith got, as you know, 240 pounds as a quarterback. Looks more like a high school linebacker and has done that well this year. Tuck the ball under and run. But that time, the real quick defensive line from Calvert Hall shut him down.
So Loyola forced to punt now on 4th down and 9 from their own 44. Matt Dubiowski is the punter. Play stopped. Calvert Hall coaches creeping out onto the field here.
Good.
Jay Robinson, the head coach for Calvert Hall.
Couldn't quite catch that signal, Scott. It looked like he actually grabbed his face mask. Didn't it look like he did that?
Yeah, that's what.
There you see Jay Robinson right here. Has yet to lose in this rivalry to Loyola.
It was a late call, whatever it was.
Absolutely.
They were lined up to punt.
And illegal substitution. So a big break for Loyola.
Not enough for the first down, though.
Exactly, yeah.
Gets the ball up to the 49-yard line. And Dubiowski will punt with Jeff Reynolds back deep. He has 2 punt return touchdowns this year. Dubiowski, low line drive kick. They'll let this bounce. And it takes a good Loyola bounce inside the 10 and down around the 5-yard line. Hustling downfield was Van Brooks. And a good play for the Loyola special teams. A 49-yard punt. And Calvert Hall is going to start on their own 4-yard line here, their first possession of the game. We've got a timeout on the field. No score in the Turkey Bowl, the 84th meeting between Loyola and Calvert Hall.
Tired of waiting in line? Then start banking online with Baltimore County Savings Bank. Visit baltcosavings.com, click the online banking link, and start paying bills, check account balances, transfer funds, and more, all from the convenience of your home, 24 hours a day. No checks to write, stamps to buy, or lines to wait in. So stop banking in line and start banking online when you come home to Baltimore County Savings Bank, FDIC insured.
It's Bob Bell's pre-owned rock and roll sale at Bel Air and East Point. Bob's rocking down prices as low as $29.95 and rolling out the savings up to $6,000 on over 500 pre-owned compacts, luxury cars, pickups, and SUVs. And he's rocking with $3,000 guaranteed trade on any vehicle you can push, pull, or tow. 3.9% interest up to 60 months. It's rock and roll time at Bob Bell's pre-owned outlets, 1 mile south of Hartford Mall on Business Route 1 in Bel Air and 7900 Eastern Avenue across from East Point Mall.
All right, Calvert Hall with their first possession of the game. They're backed up, start on their own 3. Andrew Robinson, the sophomore quarterback. Newton and Bushman in the backfield. It's the tailback, Mike Newton, on the carry. Got about 3 yards. Let's take a look at the starters for the Calvert Hall Cardinals. Up front, left to right, Duncan Miller. John Kibler, the left guard. Hastings, the center. Ron Zahn, the right guard, and Sweeney, the right tackle. The wideouts, look out for this group: Aizi and Williams, Jones the tight end, and then in the backfield it's Robinson, Newton, and Bushman is the fullback. Newton 490 rushing yards, Bushman 261. 2nd down and 7 from the 6. Play action fake, pretty good protection throwing upfield, and it's caught for a first down by Jasper Aizi. He's their guy, Keith.
Yes,
the big play guy.
Absolutely. Number 35 for Loyola, Aaron Slaughter, giving him a lot of room. And the sophomore Andrew Robinson connects with him for a 14-yard gain. Boy, you could tell the respect right out of the gate, Scott, because Slaughter was a good 15 yards off the ball when this play occurred.
Good job by the offensive line of Calvert Hall to protect Andrew Robinson. Had plenty of time to complete the pass.
How about him keeping his feet in bounds too, huh?
And here's the pitch out to Newton. He's got some running room. 25, kicks it outside, up the far sideline, and he's all the way up to the 49-yard line. Van Brooks finally brought him down, but Mike Newton, a 6'1" junior, runs for 29 yards, and Calvert Hall is on the move.
So much for field position, huh, Scott? They knock Calvert Hall back to their own 3 plays later. They're past midfield. Credit the offensive line, as we said, not as big as Loyola's defensive line, but look at the hole here. Newton, nice little juke, and cuts it outside, and finally ran out of bounds by number 25, Van Brooks. But boy, big play from number 7, Mike Newton. Nowhere near the notoriety that Gilliard has, but proved he can play as well.
And Bushman, the fullback, stacked up center of that Loyola defense. Made a big play there. Teddy Melanson, their captain linebacker, was in there. They're tough at the tackles. Protzman and Fink, 280 for Protzman, 230 for Fink. A loss of a yard on that play and a penalty marker down. Let's get the call. Personal foul against Loyola.
Yeah, a little after the play activity there, Scott. You could see the Calvert Hall bench reacting. Brady Smith called for the penalty, also the quarterback. A lot of Loyola guys played both ways, but again, and you're talking about, boy, Brian Abbott about 5 minutes ago had to feel good. He's got Calvert Hall back at their own 3. Now they're knocking on the door here for some points.
We saw the series history earlier, Keith, but Calvert Hall, they've won the last 3, but Loyola had an 11-game run prior to that, so this thing swings back and forth.
Absolutely. Since this series began, it's been a series of streaks.
Robinson, the sophomore, on the end around, gives it to his wideout Lamar Williams. Look out! Inside the 20, down to the 18 is Williams. Chris Gilliard brought him down, but Lamar Williams going into the bag of tricks, Keith, 18 yards on the end around.
Yeah, we'll hear his name being called a lot, Scott, for catching passes. This time, little end around fake off tackle. Look at a block from number 71, John Kibler, seals the outside, and then Chris Gilliard and Brady Smith save a touchdown. Boy, 2 huge plays by the offensive line for Calvert Hall.
1st and 10 from the 19. They hand it off to Newton, and he gets down close to the 15-yard line. Let's take a look at the defense now for Loyola. Piper, Fink, Protzman, and Wykowski up front. And the linebackers are Alex Thompson, Larry Strickland, and Teddy Melanson. That's a good group there. On the corners in this game, Brady Smith and Gilliard. Smith generally has played safety, and then the safeties are Van Brooks and Rob Utz. 2nd and 7 from the 16, no score. First quarter, play action. Robinson throwing, it's deflected and incomplete. Batted down at the line of scrimmage. Looks like Piper may have got his hands up, the defensive end. He's 6'4", some pretty good size. Robinson, only a sophomore, but pretty good sized quarterback, Keith, 6'2", 180.
Yeah, Scott, he started out on the JV team as a defensive end, and the coaches saw him playing catch one day and said, hey, this kid can throw. Now he's a starter on the varsity. That time, as you said, good anticipation by the defensive line that time. For Loyola. By the way, wearing brand new helmets today for the first time. 3
wide receivers to the left side on 3rd and 7 from the 16. Robinson deep drop throwing and incomplete. Pretty good defense that time. Lamar Williams well covered. And now let's see what Jay Robinson wants to do on 4th and 7.
Yeah, at this level, Scott, it's no automatic field goal, even if you're talking 35, 40 yards here.
See, the other thing, Keith, they're kicking on NFL goalposts, which are much narrower than what the high school kids usually kick on. So it's a tougher kick.
But he's going to go for it.
Yeah, it looks like it'll be a 34-yard field goal attempt from Jimmy Anastasia, the senior.
Yeah, Jimmy's dad played for Calvert Hall. Jamie said it's about grandfathers and fathers and sons, and this is one of the sons playing for the Calvert Hall Cardinals.
They get it down, low kick, no good. Not sure if it was tipped at the line of scrimmage or he just missed it, but the field goal attempt no good. Loyola gets the ball, no score, 7:28 to play in the first quarter, in the 84th beating the Turkey Bowl.
Up top! Everybody's trying to knock us off. It's us versus them. We must protect this house. Will you protect this house? I will. An armor. We must protect this house.
Built by the Jesuits on Ignatian principles, Loyola Blakefield has offered an outstanding Catholic college preparatory education for more than 150 years. This is Jim McKay, class of 39. Our mission is to graduate intellectually competent men who are religious, loving, and committed to justice, integrity, and open to growth. Loyola Dons are leaders, not followers, who exemplify academic excellence, faith, and being men for others.
Murray Cellular Associates, an authorized Singular wireless agent, is your best choice for wireless service. Open since 1990, we can serve everyone with knowledgeable sales professionals, state-of-the-art technology, and a friendly, eager staff. Rollover minutes, new family talk plans, and 5,000 night and weekend minutes are just some of the ways we keep you connected. Murray Cellular Associates, your one-stop shop for all your wireless needs.
Hi, I'm Tom Murray with Murray Cellular Associates. Happy Thanksgiving!
No score first quarter. Loyola, Calvert Hall. Happy Thanksgiving, everybody. Scott Garceau, Keith Mills, and Jamie Costello down on the sidelines from the shotgun. Brady Smith left hands it out and completes it to number 9, Tim Kaiser. Kaiser up to about the 25-yard line, picked up 5. Here's your defense. Up front, Robinson, Mazeros, Sumner, and Beitman. The linebackers are McPherson, Lopez, and Browning. The cornerbacks, Williams and Reynolds, and the safeties are Nickens and Anastasia. So 2nd and 5 from the 25. Both teams, Keith, have been able to move the ball a little in the early going.
Yeah, Loyola likes to mix it up, as does Calvert Hall. Brady Smith, we'll see a lot of him today. He can fire.
From the shotgun, Smith calling his own number up across the 30. He's big, he's strong, and he's fast. He's got a first down just short of the 35-yard line. About 9 on the play before Brooks Lopez brought him down. Keith, in talking to his coach, he says Brady Smith's a D1 player.
Without a doubt.
Top of the line. He said he may not be a quarterback, could be a linebacker, perhaps a safety, a tight end. He said he can do a lot of different things, but he's a Division I player.
Without a doubt. Just a junior, also a face-off guy in lacrosse, so he good athlete all the way around.
Went from 225 a year ago up to 6'2", 240 this year. Ran up the middle, it's Chris Gilliard, the 200-pound senior. Gilliard 902 yards coming into this game, picked up 2 that time, but he's also scored 11 touchdowns, so he's been able to get in the end zone.
And no stranger to big games. He's been playing for Loyola for 3 years. This is his 3rd Turkey Bowl, so Chris, the cameras are not going to intimidate him today.
Yeah, Loyola more of a senior team.
Yes.
Where I think Calvert Hall's offense only had 2 players that were starters a year ago. So they've turned things over more. This is 2nd and 8 from the 36. Shotgun formation. Brady Smith takes the snap, looking to throw. Now flips and throws it incomplete, short for Tim Kaiser.
It looked like that was his 2nd option on the pattern. Good coverage by the Calvert Hall secondary. But again, unlike we're used to seeing maybe in college or professional football, where quarterbacks can throw off the back foot on the move, difficult for even a guy like Smith, who's got a real strong arm at 240 pounds.
We saw him run. He's passed for 976 yards this year, but he's run for 363 and averaged 5.5 yards a carry. So Brady Smith can get you a lot of different ways, and out of that shotgun set, Smith looking over the middle, throws. It's complete up near the 43-yard line to Doug Piper, the tight end. Looks like it's just a little short of the first down. Let's see where the mark is. Looks like about a yard short. Piper, good size, 6'4", 230 at tight end.
Yeah, Scott, I was watching, as a matter of fact, Piper, the tight end, on that play, and I was kind of surprised that he ran that pattern a little short. You know, you got to know where the first down marker is, kind of curled up inside the first down marker instead of running his linebacker back another 2 or 3 yards.
Dubiowski into punt on 4th and 1 from the 43. Another low line drive kick, but he'll get a little bounce out of this one and puts it out of bounds at the 20. So Calvert Hall gets it back, 4:56 to play in the first quarter. That was a 37-yard punt. Doesn't kick him high, Keith, but kind of kicks him away. We've got a timeout, no score here in the Turkey Bowl.
It's Bob Bell's Rock and Roll Chevy Truck Month. Bob's rocking down prices to as low as $98.58 and rolling out the savings up to $11,000 on Silverados, Trailblazers, Tahoes, Suburbans. No money down, $189 a month for a new Chevy truck. Now through Monday at Bob Bell's Chevrolet, East Point and Bel Air.
On the all-protein diet, I felt nauseous all the time. I felt shaky and jittery.
LA Weight Loss introduces the Carb Cravers program. Finally, weight loss without the sacrifice.
I get to eat my favorite foods like pizza, like the carbs, cereals.
I cannot believe that LA Weight Loss would create a program out there that you could eat all those good carbs and still lose weight. Holiday special, now just $5 a week. Call for your free consultation, 1-800-526-SLIM.
It's an amazing thing. It's unbelievable.
Bob Bell's Rock and Roll Nissan sale. Bob's rocking down prices and rolling out price reductions up to $6,000 on every Nissan. No money down, $199 a month. The all-new Armada Quest to Maxima now on sale. Leave your money at home and roll on down to Bob Bell Nissan before Monday. East Point.
A lot of blue and gold over on this side. The Loyola fans down below us, Keith.
Never changes, Scott, year after year. The student bodies of both schools, well, they really take this serious.
Robinson at quarterback. Calvert Hall starts on their own 20, no score, first quarter. And they go on the ground. It's Mike Newton, and he fights up for about a yard or two. Alex Thompson on the stop. Newton, they don't have the firepower, Keith, in the running game they had a year ago with Marcus Thompson. He came into this game, wound up with over 1,500 yards. And Nick Williams had a big touchdown run in this game last year. But Newton and Bushman are solid. Let's go down to the sidelines with Jamie Costello.
Last drive, guys. Calvert Hall threw it in the air 3 times, everything else on the ground. The coach is very happy with the blocking assignment, staying within, but Loyola's got to fight those blocks off just like that last play.
This is 2nd and 9 from the 21. Fake to Newton. Robinson throws to his fullback Bushman, and Bushman and pads down. You heard the pop. First down just across the 30-yard line, about 10 yards on the gain.
Yeah, nice, well-executed play out of the backfield from Robinson. The Bushman will take another look at it. Big
Did you hear that one, Keith?
Big hit on the end of this play from Van.
Matt will give you a boom on that one, right?
High school football, Scott. Well, you can really do a lot of damage if you're a good if you handle the ball well in the backfield. And Robinson, nice play fake, kind of froze the linebacker, and that was just a well-executed play by Calvert Hall.
An early qualifier for our Under Armour big hit of the game.
Where's Quinn?
But I think Bushman might have made the hit. Hand off to Newton. He's got running room, trying to get outside, and looks like he's got a first down up across the 40, near the 41-yard line. Gilliard brought him down, but not before Mike Newton got 11 yards, so you can see his quickness, Keith.
Yeah, Scott, and you got to give credit to the right side of the Calvert Hall offensive line again. Yeah, Sweeney and
Ronzon.
Yeah. Ronzon. Boy, 3 runs in the first quarter of this game off that right side of the line, and Newton done a good job following those blocks, finding the seam, and kicking it to the outside.
Easy wide to the bottom of your screen, and that's where he's looking, throwing the bomb. There's Easy. And it's a little overthrown down near the 20-yard line. Easy's the player Keith talked about in the pregame show, averaging just under 30 yards a catch, 20 receptions on the year for 590 yards.
We'll take a look at this. The coverage on the play, Brady Smith, so he's going into the teeth of Loyola's best defenders, Brooks and Smith, and Robinson just kind of overthrew it. You know, Scott, this time last year we were talking about Calvert Hall's offense being run by Phil Albert, who's no longer with this program. He went back to assist Gordy Combs at Towson University, but it still looks like Jay Robinson's kept a lot of the offensive tendencies here.
2nd and 10 from the 42. This is Newton, right side again. And up around the 48, maybe the 49-yard line. Knocked out of bounds by Van Brooks. Got about 6 on the play, and there they go. They like that right side, Keith. You mentioned earlier Sweeney, the 260-pound right tackle. Ron Zahn, the right guard. And a good block from Bushman, his fullback that time.
And also downfield, number 6, Easy throwing a block there. So everyone helping out in the running game. But you're right, Scott. They may have found something on that left side of the Loyola defense because they are trying to pound that side with the running game. Newton already 53 yards on 6 carries. He came into the game averaging 7 yards a pop.
3rd and 4 from the 48, I formation. The tailback, that's Newton with it. He's got a first down into Loyola territory, down around the 46-yard line. Chris Gilliard on the stop, but not before. Mike Newton picked up 5 yards and a big first down.
Again, off right guard, tackle, gap. Newton picking his spots here. You see number 57, Rosenzahn throwing a good block. 75 right next to him is Sean Sweeney. So that side of the line again. There's Kibler again, number 71. Downfield, Gilliard saves a bigger gain.
A little over 3 minutes left first quarter, no score. Calvert Hall driving. Robinson looking to throw off, play fake. He completes it. Pass caught by Lamar Williams, and he's close to the first down marker, down near the 36. Got about 10 on the pass.
Scott, when you can run the ball like Calvert Hall has run the ball, it opens up plays like this. Your linebackers have to hang. Can't really rush the passer. Great play fake by Robinson. Well executed play again.
And Lamar Williams, who made the catch, one of just 2 returning offensive starters for Calvert Hall. He's a senior, 6 feet, 165 pounds.
Scott, so far, Augie Maselli, former coach at Calvert Hall, head coach, now the offensive line coach, has to be ecstatic with his play of his unit early in this game.
Oh, Augie, he's got some tradition in this one, right? I think we were going to have a measurement here, Keith. The clock's been stopped with 2:46 to play. Maybe just setting the sideline markers. It is a first down, and now we're back ready to go. Robinson under center. Hands it off to Bushman, and a fullback with nowhere to go. Blue jerseys all over him, and it's a loss of a yard. Good penetration up front from Loyola. Bushman, a good football player, been recruited by Georgetown, and he'll play beyond high school. Good size, 6'1", 230, and an excellent blocker and good hands out of the backfield.
And Matt, real good athlete. You mentioned his lacrosse future. You know, this program, a lot like Loyola, has a lot of carryover between lacrosse and football. Brian Kelly, the lacrosse coach, done a great job of resurrecting the program over at Calvert Hall.
Let's call it 2nd and 12. Robinson looking to throw. And that pass is knocked down. Again, number 81, Doug Piper, plays tight end on offense, and he batted that pass down. Incomplete. It'll bring up 3rd and 12.
Yeah, big number 81 right there. You're going to have to throw it high or get lucky and throw it between his arms. You know, number 81, as Scott said, 6'4", good timing. You know, we see a lot of Adelius Thomas do that with the Ravens. Guys trying to disrupt the passing lanes. Just good, solid defense by Piper.
Let's see, Easy averages 29 yards a catch. You need 12.
Yeah.
You may want to cover him, right?
Look out for some play action here, Scott. They may try.
Student body left, 3 wide receivers to the left side, and they set up a screen. And a good defensive play as Strickland came up, made the first hit inside the 30, but short of a first down. 9 yards on the play. Rob Utz on the stop.
Melanson also in there, number 52. Scott, we'll have a big halftime feature on Teddy Melanson. Well executed screen, but the lofting of the ball kind of took a long time. Loyola reacted, but number 7, Newton, with a great effort, and Scott got a lot of those yards back. So now it's a workable 4th down situation here for them.
And Calvert Hall calls a timeout here. 4th and 3 coming up, 1:27 to play in the quarter, no score. Let's go down to the sidelines and our Lisa Guerrero, Jamie Costello.
All right, you want to talk a little bit about the turf here. This is the first time the Ravens have put this turf in, and these kids are playing on it. But Calvert Hall has the same turf over at Calvert Hall. Augie Maselli was telling me that I asked him, how many times have you ripped the turf up and put new turf down? He said 4 years, since 1962, 4 times. And they said, this is the turf we're going to stay with because you can practice on it, you can play on it, and the kids will have no trouble playing on it right now. But again, it's the up front work, Keith. You named it. when you can run the ball, you can play action, you can catch Loyola off on their toes. But I'll tell you what, Loyola's staying right in there, and we're going to have another great game here.
All right, thank you, Jamie. 4th and 3. Keith, you need 3 yards. Newton's been running that sweep to the right. They've had good yardage on that, or do they go play action with Robinson?
I think they may try a little play action, maybe a little rollout, give Robinson an option to do a couple of things, maybe even keep it himself. But I know Phil Albert liked to do that in short yardage situations in high school football. We'll see what happens.
Robinson, just a short drop, fires, completes it to Lamar Williams, and he looks like he's got the first down at the 25-yard line. So just a quick toss out to Lamar Williams. Slaughter made the stop.
I initially, Scott, we'll see this play. 2-step drop, hard throw to number 2. Great tackle by Slaughter, but the forward progress across the 25-yard line was enough for the first down. How about that big 3rd down play to get most of the yards back?
Pass,
Boy, that was crucial in this drive.
So the ball's on the 24. You can see outside the NFL hash marks here, the high school hash. First down and 10. Calvert Hall missed the field goal. They've moved the ball here in the first quarter, and they're on the move again. Robinson, short drop, looking over the middle. It's deflected and incomplete. Knocked by Larry Strickland. He got a hand on it and popped it up into the air. He's the senior captain of that defense.
First time we've really had a chance to call Strickland's number today, Scott. And I tell you, if number 2, Lamar Williams, could have reacted a little quicker to this, he may have been able to catch the rebound. It kind of froze him there. You see Williams just at the tail end, but boy, a bullet by Robinson and Strickland. It's a good thing it was a bullet, Scott, because he may have picked that one off. He was in perfect position.
Easy wide to the left side. Williams wide right, backs in the eye, pitch out to Newton. Trying to get outside, and he won't get there. Good defensive play by Loyola. Coming up from his safety position, or corner position, Brady Smith, the quarterback, playing some defense.
Yeah, it looked like they flip-flopped Brady Smith, put him on the other side, Scott. Alex Thompson, number 8, is going to get wiped out right here by 2 guys, but look at Brady Smith come up and then attack low, just like you're taught. Boy, Newton, no chance. It's shoulder lead tackle, excellent fundamental play that time by Brady Smith.
So now it's 3rd and 11. From the 25, 4 wideouts to the left side. Empty backfield, and they throw it to Williams. Short toss, and that didn't fool him. Brady Smith is there again on the stop, and what a defensive series for him.
It looks quarterback. It looks like, Scott, they're going to move him around to whatever the strong side is on Calvert Hall's offense. We have a whistle on the field, and something going on right here. We'll take another look at this, but Brady Smith, Scott, as you said, 2 outstanding plays. You know, as a quarterback, he can recognize this, sees the play develop, and breaks it down quickly.
End of the first quarter, no score. Loyola and Calvert Hall, the 84th meeting, the Turkey Bowl at M&T Bank Stadium. So
with today's low interest rates, there's never been a better time to come home to Baltimore County Savings Bank for a fixed-rate home equity loan or a line of credit. Pay off high-interest credit cards, make home improvements, or pay for college tuition. Baltimore County Savings Bank makes the application and settlement for your home equity loan quick and easy. Call or visit baltcosavings.com for today's low rates. You'll get more from your home when you come home to Baltimore County Savings Bank. FDIC insured, equal housing lender.
Now there's something powerful enough to replace all these. Introducing the new Dirt Devil Vacuum Mop. It lets you go from vacuuming to mopping without stopping. Simply vacuum up the dry mess, then spray, mop, and toss. It has the power to clean your whole house, and it's convenient enough for a quick cleanup, even in tight spots. The new Vacuum Mop. Nothing escapes the power of a Dirt Devil.
Murray Cellular Associates, an authorized singular wireless agent, is your best choice for wireless service. Open since 1990, we can serve everyone with knowledgeable sales professionals, state-of-the-art technology, and a friendly, eager staff. Rollover minutes, new family talk plans, and 5,000 night and weekend minutes are just some of the ways we keep you connected. Murray Cellular Associates, your one-stop shop for all your wireless needs.
Hi, I'm Tom Murray with Murray Cellular Associates. Happy Thanksgiving!
After further review, the Millers were first to the red strata. There's another one.
Act now during the Dodge year-end sales drive and get $500 holiday bonus cash. For the first time ever, get 0% financing and $500 bonus cash, or up to $4,500 total cash allowance on select 2004 models. Hurry, $500 holiday bonus cash ends December 1st.
It is 4th and 12 for Calvert Hall as we start the second quarter. There's your Dodge stats and all Calvert Hall, Keith.
Scott, you look at the stats, 121 total yards for Calvert Hall, 29 for Loyola. You'd think Calvert Hall's got the lead here, but it's still scoreless.
Robinson looking, throwing out into the flat, and again, it looked like the ball was deflected.
Yes, got third time. Don't know if it was Piper again. Yeah, it was Doug Piper again. Third time, big number 81 has broken down a Calvert Hall pass play here.
He's had more touches than the running backs.
No doubt. See it again, a little play fake by Robinson, and again, big number 81 gets his left paw up there, and again, great timing if you're a defensive lineman. You can do that, boy, it really helps your defensive backs. Makes your secondary look good, no doubt about that.
So Loyola starts on their own 26, and on the ground, Gilliard up to about the 30 and then pushed back, picked up about 4 on the play, maybe 5. Brady Smith's numbers in the first quarter, 2 of 3 for 12 yards passing, 2 rushes for 10 yards.
Big drive, I think, Scott, for Loyola. This is their third possession. They moved the ball a little bit, but I think Brian Abbott wants to try to establish the running game on this series and see if he can't move the chains and try to get some field position back here.
You look at that 255-pound average on the offensive line, both tackles over 300. Ooh. With guys on the other side giving up 80 and 90 pounds, you think they'd want to pound them. Gilliard up the middle and just a couple before he's pushed back. Jake Sumner the first to get to him.
Yes, got Jake Sumner, 6'1", 245 pounds, but obviously like a Kelly Gregg, quick at the point of attack, which can offset the big bulking Loyola offensive line, which is what Calvert Hall's defensive line doing a good job of right now. Shooting some gaps and just kind of beating Loyola off the ball.
It's 3rd and a long 3 from the 33. Backs are in the eye. Brady Smith rolling to the near side. He's going to run it across the 35, and he's got a first down before he's knocked out of bounds near the 40-yard line. Ryan Browning knocked him up, but not before Brady Smith picked up 7.
Yeah, Brady Smith really playing himself a football game, both sides of the ball. Play designed as a pass, and you see big number 75, Drew Stout, in front of Brady. He just tucks it in and follows his big left tackle for a first down. Good decision.
That 240 pounds seems to get him an extra 2 or 3 yards every time. He's dragging tacklers.
Yes, indeed. I mean, most defensive backs in high school are 150, 165. That's a load to bring down in the secondary.
Gilliard takes it up near the 44-yard line. About 2 on the play. Jay Bell on the stop for the Cardinals. Turnovers mentioned by both coaches coming into this game. I was so key. Loyola on the season, the +1 in the turnover category, but they've lost 12 fumbles to only 7 for their opponents. So you sure Brian Abbott's been stressing hang on to that football.
Absolutely. Kind of heard that message before somewhere else, huh?
2nd and 7. Gilliard, quick hitter. He's got some running room into Calvert Hall territory. First down at the 45-yard line. Jay Bell brought him down, but it's an 11-yard gain for senior running back Chris Gilliard.
Yeah, that time, Scott, looked like they ran a little trap up front between the guard and center, guard and tackle, and Gilliard just found some daylight. Let's take a look off the, number 75 against Stout. He blocks in, the right guard kicks out, and Gilliard just does a good job of getting to the hole quick and then finding some daylight.
Brian Abbott says he wants Gilliard to have 25 touches or so in this game. And they go right back to him, and he's tripped up as he gets down near the 40. Pickup of 4 on the play as we go down to the sidelines. Hey, Jamie Costello.
You got to get a shot of the offensive line coaches. They're just screaming, coming out in the field, screaming, just knock them off the blocks. They can't stay with you. It's a big drive, as you said, for Loyola. They can't get too antsy with no score. They just want to, because Calvert Hall seems like they've had the ball all day. Good drive, though, Loyola.
Yeah, up front with those 300-pound tackles. Nobody over 245 on the defensive line. Right back to Gilliard. He's hit in the backfield and lost his footing. Knocked down by Dane Robinson, who Coach Brian Abbott says is probably their best defensive lineman. Robinson pretty active up front, and he got into the backfield with penetration and just tripped up Chris Gilliard.
Yeah, Scott broke the whole play down. Look at the left part of your screen. 88 just kind of blows his man off the ball. 82 tackles on the year for Robinson, 4 sacks. So he's got the stats to back up that post from Jay Robinson.
3rd and 8, Brady Smith looking long down the middle. He's got his tight end, Piper, first down inside the 20. Nickens brought him down, but that's a 24-yard gain.
Scott, same kind of play the Ravens run for Todd Heap. Send him down the middle of the field. Hope you get a situation where you have a mismatch. Piper's 6'4". Brady Smith lays it out there. Piper, if it is a jump ball situation, is probably going to win it. This case, he didn't have to because he was wide open. Brady Smith doing a good job of reading the play and putting it right on the numbers for big number 81.
Piper might be the best player on the field so far. 3 deflected passes, catching passes. This is Gilliard, and the Cardinal defense waiting for him this time. Stopped maybe for a yard loss. Evan Williams among the first of the Cardinals to get to him.
Yeah, Scott, and it looks like Jake Sumner right there is a little banged up, holding his left arm, going to have to come out. That would be a big loss for Calvert Hall's defense.
And we got a timeout called by Loyola with 7:33 to play here in the first half. We're scoreless, but the Dons on the move. They've got it inside the red zone. We'll take a timeout.
That's right. Ray Lewis do-rag.
Old Man Winter has made an early visit. It could be the first of many. Hi, everybody. Fred Manfra. For winter driving peace of mind, Adams Jeep of Maryland has a huge inventory of over 150 Jeeps on hand. Whether you're in the market for the four-wheel security of the classic Jeep Grand Cherokee, the sporty Red Hot Liberty, or the fun rugged Wrangler, why drive around the Beltway when you can take the short drive up I-95 to Adams Jeep in Aberdeen? So pay a visit to Ron Adams, Lloyd Hawk, and the friendly folks at your 5-star Jeep dealer, Adams Jeep in Aberdeen.
Calvert Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning. Quality products, superior service. Established more than 17 years ago, our professionals are committed to providing the highest level of workmanship at the best value for our customers. Installation, repairs, and maintenance. We specialize in commercial, industrial, and residential service, no matter what the weather or your plumbing, heating, or air conditioning needs. Call us at 410-323-5400 or visit us on the web at calvertinc.com. Calvert Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning. Quality products, superior service.
2nd down and 10. Loyola on their own on the Calvert Hall 19. 10th play of the drive that started on their own 26. Smith back to throw. Looking down the middle, and it's complete at the 10-yard line. Tim Kaiser, who has 3 touchdown catches on the year, caught that. It's a 9-yard pickup.
Yeah, Scott, Tim Kaiser's going to head down to North Carolina next year to play lacrosse, but right now it's football, and he and Emery's Darrell run a little crossing route. Kaiser comes to the inside, does a little hook, and man, Brady Smith again puts it right on the numbers. Finds a little soft spot in that little defense right there, and another well-executed pass played by Loyola.
Referee Tom O'Hara going to bring in the chains for a measurement here. The ball just inside the 10. And it looks like it's a first down. Just made it.
Scott, we mentioned at the start of this drive how we thought Brian Abbott probably wanted to get his ground game established, which he did, and I think that's causing the passing game to open up a little bit here. Brady Smith made the big 3rd down play earlier, but it's been a real good combination of run and pass.
Well, they've gone 64 yards on this drive already. And now it's 1st and goal just inside of the 10. Both wide receivers stacked to the right side, top of your screen. Backs in the eye, and we got a whistle. No play. Looks like maybe a false start against Loyola.
Hard to really say from here who it was, but that's the call.
The call goes against, got an injured player, Zach Hanley, the center, hobbling. Walks back to the huddle. I don't know if he'll be able to stay in.
Yeah, he's limping. Sumner from Calvert Hall went out a couple of plays ago. He still has not returned.
Trey Valegia has replaced Zach Hanley at center. Now Hanley shaken up on that last play, so it'll be 1st and goal from the 14. Both receivers at the top of your screen. And look at the throws. Brady Smith fires out into traffic. It's caught. Touchdown. Emery's Darrell on the score. 14 yards, and Loyola takes a 6-0 lead.
Scott, watch the touch on this pass from Brady Smith. Emery's Darrell catches the 2nd touchdown of the year, but this play is well defended. The cornerback right in front right there, just over his outstretched arms, and Emery's Darrell hauls it in. Boy, I think that was Anastasia who had the play read.
Evan Williams on the coverage, Keith. He read out there, as you said, it was a perfect pass.
Oh, great.
Well defense.
Brady Smith paid for it. Alex Meserose leveled him, but boy, not after it. He hits Darrell for the touchdown.
And the point after by Amir Karamian is up and good. And Loyola has a 7-0 lead here with 6:43 left in the first half.
Built by the Jesuits on Ignatian principles, Loyola Blakefield has offered an outstanding Catholic college preparatory education for more than 150 years. This is Jim McKay, class of '39. Our mission is to graduate intellectually competent men who are religious, loving, and committed to justice, integrity, and open to growth. Loyola Dons are leaders, not followers, who exemplify academic excellence, faith, and being men for others.
If you're injured in an accident caused by someone else's negligence, it can be devastating. That's why you need the concerned representation of Science Kirk and Miles at 1-800-LAWYERS.
Let's talk about it, because if you have a phone, you have a lawyer.
Murray Cellular Associates, an authorized singular wireless agent, is your best choice for wireless service. Open since 1990, we can serve everyone with knowledgeable sales professionals, state-of-the-art technology, and a friendly, eager staff. Rollover minutes, new family talk plans, and 5,000 night and weekend minutes are just some of the ways we keep you connected. Murray Cellular Associates, your one-stop shop for all your wireless needs.
Hi, I'm Tom Murray with Murray Cellular Associates. Happy Thanksgiving!
Wish you could find money in your mailbox? With Money Mailer offers and coupons, you can. 3 lucky winners could win $1,000. So open your Money Mailer today.
You're watching ABC2 Baltimore.
Congratulations to Calvert Hall's varsity water polo team on their 3rd straight MIAA title and the varsity soccer team on their 2nd consecutive MIAA title. Good luck to the Cardinals as they go for their 4th straight Turkey Bowl win.
Well, Keith, there's the scoring drive. Pretty impressive.
Very impressive. 12 plays, 74 yards, 5 minutes and 13 seconds off the clock. Emery's Darrell hauls in a 14-yard pass. Scott, you just don't see that many drives of that length, that well executed in high school football.
Brandon Small with a little squib kick, and Calvert Hall covers up at about the 32-yard line. Mike Givens had a little trouble covering up, but eventually he got there.
And it's a good thing he did.
Let's go down to Jamie Costello.
Unbelievable drive engineered by Brady Smith. Let me tell you, he's coming up on that line, and when he's throwing, he's checking off his primary, going right in the middle to his tight end. He had that big first down run, and then I don't know how he threaded the needle. This was incredible. His receiver moved an inch to the right, and it was right there. Beautiful play by, you know what? This is stuff of legend, guys.
Actually, it was Jeff Reynolds who went up and tried to tip that away. And boy, what a perfect placement of that pass.
So 7-0, Calvert Hall, pump fake from Robinson. He's throwing the bomb, and it is incomplete, just beyond Jasper Ieze, their big play guy. But they tried to get it back in one play, Keith.
Yeah, tried to kind of split the zone defense. Nice coverage, but a well-thrown ball by Robinson. Van Brooks playing safety in that, kind of playing like a center field. And Robinson puts it out there just a little far. But, yeah, you're right, Scott. They're not afraid to throw the ball deep to this kid. He can go down the field.
Andrew Robinson, the sophomore quarterback, 6 of 13, 46 yards. Calvert Hall controlled the first quarter. They just weren't able to score. Moved up and down the field, but couldn't get it in. Missed a field goal. Now they run the draw play to Bushman, and he is stopped. Dan Protzman with the penetration and a loss of 4 on the play.
Also, Scott, looked like that play took a long time to develop. I don't know if Bushman was forced outside or just ran to the wrong hole. You see the delay was broken down right there. He had a nice defensive play. Yeah. Protzman broke the play down, and Bushman then bobbled the football, lucky to get it back. And suddenly, Scott, the momentum all Loyola's way here. Boy, if they hold him here, they'll get good field position again with just under 6 minutes to go and a half.
3 wide receivers to the left side on 3rd and 14. Robinson, time in the pocket, good protection, completes it over the middle. It's a first down. Up short of the 50-yard line at the 48-yard line. Van Brooks with the big hit, but it's a pickup of 21 yards. Good throw that time, Keith, and good pass protection.
Yeah, right on the money. Scott, you hit the nail on the head. Great pass protection. It gives Andrew Robinson a lot of time to look over the situation. Boy, he could steam some crabs back there. Driscoll just finds the dead spot in the defense. Ooh. Boy, Brady Smith and Van Brooks can come up and knock you down quick.
1st and 10 from the 49 on the ground. And nothing there. Matt Bushman for a loss of 2 on the play. Alex Thompson comes up from his linebacker spot. He's called the most improved player on that Loyola defense by Brian Abbott.
Yeah, Scott, you mentioned their linebackers, Thompson, Strickland, and Melanson. Boy, they're as good a trio as there is in local area football, and they just show how quick they can get to the ball. I'm not so sure that Jay Robinson wants Matt Bushman running outside, though. He looks like a north-south kind of guy.
230-pound fullback from the shotgun. Robinson, again, good protection now, running for his life, runs out of 1 tackle, throws upfield, and it is in and out of the hands. Oh boy, had a man open upfield, but unable to make the connection, and they'd like to have that one back. Van Brooks on the coverage.
Yeah, Brooks getting a lot of attention back there. You see number 87, Wykowski, running Robinson out of the pocket. And Ieze just unable to bring that in. Threw it a little behind him.
That's what he's got to catch
to make, yeah. Nice throw, though. Again, going away from his strength. Robinson is a right-handed thrower. He's rolling left. Not an easy pass to make.
And a personal foul roughing the quarterback. So let's take a look. Andrew Robinson takes a hit right there from the linebacker Strickland, and that was what drew the penalty call.
Yeah, Strickland a little anxious, wanting to put a hit on Andrew Robinson. Actually, there was no penalty, Scott, because was there a penalty?
They picked it up, I think.
They picked it up, yeah.
3rd and 12. Robinson throws, it's complete up near the 40-yard line, and then Lamar Williams gives some ground, and let's see if that cost him the first down or not, Keith.
I think it did, Scott. He had the first down had he caught the ball and fell forward. Again, Brooks back there on the coverage, but Robinson, Scott, with a real nice throw there, huh? Boy, delivered the ball right on the money.
And his offensive line's doing a nice job, too.
And he's rolling out a little bit, buying a little bit extra time that way. Slaughter and Brooks on the coverage, and I think, Scott, yeah, he did not get the first down. He had it, and then tried to get some extra yardage and ran himself out of a first down, but it's 3rd and about a half a yard here. We'll see what Jay Robinson does.
3:50 now. We got a timeout call. Timeout, Calvert Hall. So Jay Robinson wants to talk it over. Big play here. You got 3rd and short. You're down 7-0. Making some plays in the passing game now. And Jay, I think, wants to make sure they're all on the same page.
Yeah, Scott, you've proved already that you can move the ball against this defense, but you got to finish the drive. And this is another one of those situations where you can't keep knocking on the door and not score some points.
Maybe a mental error right here as the pass is complete for the first down, and then Lamar Williams trying to make a bigger play, costs himself a first down as he drops back a couple of yards and just misses getting the first down.
Had to get to the 40 for a first down. He was at the 39 when he caught it and then came back inside the 40. And
that's a good play on first down, but not on third down when you just want to move the chains.
Again, Scott, recognition, experience. A lot of these kids, haven't been in those situations before. We'll see what the brain trust from the Calvert Hall coaching staff, Jeff Bowler and Jay Robinson and Augie Maselli, see what they come up with.
Out of the eye, they give it to the tailback. And close to the first down is Mike Newton. Melanson on the stop. Let's see where the mark is. Newton didn't get much, but he didn't need much.
Scott, I don't think he got it. If we're looking at the line judge closest to us, and he's well beyond the 40. You mentioned Melanson. Boy, he came and read that play quickly and just stuffed it.
I think they might have it, Keith, just looking where the ball is and the far markers.
Yeah,
they're going to have to measure. The ball is it's about a ball length short of the 40-yard line. It's close. Now, this is a 4-down situation.
Oh, without a doubt.
In Loyola territory, if they are short. Yeah, they got it by about the length of the football.
Good call. That's that vast Ravens experience that you have. Matty's wearing off on you.
I didn't have any idea on that 4th and inches the other day, though, when he brought in the sticks. I'll tell you what, everybody was.
And no one did.
No.
But again, you saw Melanson come up and make the play interesting. Kind of academic now, but a nice tackle by Teddy Melanson. And Scott will feature, as I mentioned, him and his brother Tom. Teddy had neck surgery a couple of years ago, had a tumor that gave his family a major scare. And fortunately, he's back on the football field.
1st and 10 from the 40. Loyola leads 7-0. 3:13 to play first half. Andrew Robinson. Pump fake. He's looking deep, throwing into double coverage, and it is nearly picked off, incomplete. Aaron Slaughter looked like he might have himself an interception, but couldn't hang on. But great coverage from that Loyola secondary.
Absolutely, Scott. Easy, boy, he draws some attention. He just runs a straight streak down the sideline. Little pump fake right there. Didn't freeze anybody. And Robinson put some air in it, but not enough. And Slaughter, boy, he's probably kicking himself for not catching the ball. Great coverage by Slaughter. You see triple team.
Brady Smith back there, yeah.
Gilliard, well, you mentioned, Scott, they want these Smith and Gilliard around Iezi the entire afternoon.
And Mike Newton runs into some blue jerseys. Penalty marker down. Newton stacked up. Now let's see what the penalty call is. Tom O'Hara is our referee in this game. This is the 84th meeting between Loyola and Calvert Hall. Loyola leads the all-time series 42-33-8, holding against Calvert Hall.
Tom O'Hara, Scott, also an excellent baseball umpire, does a lot of big games around the city, state championship games. Been doing this for a long time.
Tom talking it over with Teddy Melanson, the defensive captain. They're going to take the penalty, yeah.
Teddy's uncle played in this game. Loyola grad, see Brian Abbott, who once coached for Mitch Tulai at St. Paul's a few years ago.
Check in with Jamie Costello.
Yeah, Tom O'Hara had a major heart attack this weekend last year. He's back on the field today. He had a tear in his eye saying he cannot tell you how happy it is for this Thanksgiving. Major heart attack. Tom O'Hara now refereeing this game today.
Yeah, great point, Jamie. That's a lot of people last year really worried about Tom.
Robinson out of the gun, throwing upfield, incomplete. Crossing pattern from Jasper Iezi.
Boy, we're seeing a wide variety of pass plays, though, from this Calvert Hall offense. And I think, Scott, if Chris Gilliard may have played the ball, he may have had an interception on that. Looked like he was getting ready to deliver a hit on Iezi instead of reacting to the football. But, again, well covered by the Loyola secondary.
Calvert Hall backed up now at the penalty. 3rd and 22. This is a 10th play of the drive. Loyola leads 7-0 on a Brady Smith to Emery's Darrell 14-yard touchdown pass from the shotgun.
Sorry, Scott. Maybe a draw or screen here. Gets the field position back.
There's the screen. But guess what? Loyola plays it well, and Mike Newton's dropped for a loss back around the 42-yard line. Tony Hamlet on the tackle, a loss of 6, and the Loyola defense has really pushed Calvert Hall back. They had penetrated inside the 40. Here's the defense, Keith.
Yeah, they read it well. If we were thinking it, Wachowski probably was thinking it too. Big number 87, and Newton just can't escape. He makes the tackle and then holds on and waits for the cavalry to come. And you see big number 78 coming into Dan Protzman. Nice defense there by Loyola.
Great crowd on hand. We've got a timeout. 2:17 left in the half.
Tired of waiting in line? Then start banking online with Baltimore County Savings Bank. Visit baltcosavings.com, click the online banking link, and start paying bills, check account balances, transfer funds, and more, all from the convenience of your home, 24 hours a day. No checks to write, stamps to buy, or lines to wait in. So stop banking in line and start banking online when you come home to Baltimore County Savings Bank, FDIC insured.
It's Bob Bell's pre-owned rock and roll sale at Bel Air and East Point. Bob's rocking down prices as low as $29.95 and rolling out the savings up to $6,000 on over 500 pre-owned compacts, luxury cars, pickups, and SUVs. And he's rocking with $3,000 guaranteed trade on any vehicle you can push, pull, or tow. 3.9% interest up to 60 months. It's rock and roll time at Bob Bell's pre-owned outlets. 1 mile south of Hartford Mall on Business Route 1 in Bel Air and 7900 Eastern Avenue across from East Point Mall.
They're calling somebody to tell them they're on television right now. Yeah. Happy Thanksgiving, everybody.
Yeah, they're talking to each other. That's what they're doing.
Givens to punt for Calvert Hall. Uh-oh, bad punt straight up into the air. And it takes a sideways bounce, and Calvert Hall downs it at the 44-yard line. So Loyola will have excellent field position with 2:09 left in the half. Only a 13-yard punt. Fan Cam is brought to you by Towson University Athletics. Catch the Tigers in action this basketball season. For tickets, log on to TowsonTigers.com or call 410-704-2244.
Boy, Scott, Jay Robinson knew that. He would have went for it on
You're right.
down. What did he gain, about 10 yards?
13-yard punt. Yeah, Brady Smith off play action, looking upfield, throwing deep, and too deep. Kaiser was down in the area, but pretty well covered by Evan Williams.
Yeah, Scott, I think Brady may have just chucked that away. Saw Kaiser covered well, just decided, hey, let's just minimize our losses here and go after them on 2nd down.
Joe Lennon checks in at a wide out. Looks like they might go 3 wide here. Lennon out to the top of your screen.
Still 2 minutes left in the half. So
yeah, they got
a lot of time either way here.
Gilliard off the right side, and he's good run by Gilliard. Pops out of the stack and gets down to about the 48-yard line of Calvert Hall. Give him 7 yards, but that was a tough 7.
Yeah, Jamal Lewis-like run. You know, he's not going down unless he's tackled, and you got to wrap him up and bring him down. Sheds a couple of tackles right there and just keeps the legs moving. Finally, he's thrown to the ground, but boy, you're right, Scott. Great effort by number 34.
Gilliard comes out after that run. 3rd down and 3. Ball's on the 49, and we got a flag down. We got 3 flags down, at least.
A lot of movement on both lines. Looks like a false start, though, clearly on Loyola.
That'll drive Brian Abbott crazy. You got 3rd and 3. Good situation. Got time to maybe get another score, and now you're looking at 3rd and 8. Not quite as easy, and if you throw an incomplete pass on 3rd and 8, you probably punt.
You're probably punting now, exactly, Scott, because with 2 minutes left, you turn it over here at the 45. Calvert Hall could definitely take it in before the half.
Loyola with a 7-0 lead. They've got the ball 3rd and 8 on their own 46. Clock running, 1:12 to play in the first half. Brady Smith in the pocket, throwing, deflected, incomplete. Trying to get it to Piper. And Jimmy Anastasia back on the coverage for Calvert Hall. And the punt team comes on for the Dons.
It kind of ran the same kind of play they ran the last possession before the touchdown, to Piper streaking down the middle of the field. That time it was better covered, and also that time, Scott, Calvert Hall sent the blitz, and Smith didn't have as much time as he did the first time to let that play develop.
Smith kind of short arms those short passes, Keith.
Yes, he
just
does.
Kind of pushes them out there. Dubiowski into punt. Calvert Hall drops 2 safeties back. And there's another one of those low line drive kicks. Calvert Hall touched it, and it's their ball.
And Loyola recovers. The ball clearly hits the Calvert Hall receiver, number 1, Brandon Nickens, and alertly Loyola pounces on the football. It looks like Van Brooks.
Huge play and the first turnover of the game, Keith.
And a crucial turnover at this junction of the first half. Let's take a look at it. Low punt, Scott, as you said. And you see number 1, Brandon Nickens, and he realized right there what he did.
His hands back.
Yeah, but the damage had already been done. But alertly, Brooks scoops up the loose football. Back come the Dons.
Brady Smith throws incomplete out of the flat to Chris Gilliard. It'll be 2nd and 10. Let's go down to Jamie.
Well, that was the mistake Loyola was looking for here with less than 2 minutes to go in the first half. Now we're under a minute. And again, it was just a horrible mistake. Loyola's recovered it, but they want to go through the air again. Watch them run this ball.
2nd and 10 from the 20. Loyola trying to add to a 7-0 lead. Shotgun set. And Brady Smith stepping up, looking to run. Penalty marker down. Brady Smith knocking down Calvert Hall Cardinals all the way to the 6, but hang on, there's a flag down all the way back on the 27-yard line, holding against Loyola. Brady Smith with a great effort, but this one's coming back.
Yeah, we'll take a look at it anyway. Brady Smith just tucks it under. Let's take a look. Smith drops back, forced out of the pocket. Looks like it was called on Dane Robinson. Robinson was held, number 88 in the white, and Smith just kind of levels 3 defenders. Let's check it out right here. See number 88 being blocked and tackled by number 74 right there, Mike Weiss. And so a real good run by Smith is negated. Tom O'Harris got right in front of the play, made the call.
So 41 seconds left in the half, and Loyola gets pushed back. So big plays here. First the mistake by Calvert Hall on the punt to set Loyola up, and now Loyola would have had it inside the 10-yard line, but a holding call brings it all the way back to the 37. 2nd and 27 from the 37. They need to get to the 10 for a first down. And Brady Smith looking to throw deep down the middle, and it's intercepted. Calvert Hall's Brandon Nickens picks it off, and Nickens returns it up near the 28-yard line with 20 seconds left in the half.
Scott, Nickens makes up for the fumble that gave Loyola the football back. Looked like Brady Smith either thought that the receiver was coming inside or just totally underthrew him. Kind of looked like he misread the pattern. Nickens plays the ball, returns it 17 yards. Big hit there by number 33, Rob Utz. You're not a receiver in sight. Looked like he was going for Kaiser down the sideline. Instead, Nickens picks it off, and Calvert Hall dodges that bullet with 20 seconds left in the half.
And I would imagine that Jasper Iese will get plenty of attention here, Keith.
Yes.
If he tries to get deep. See if Calvert Hall plays it conservative or if they throw it deep downfield. Robinson back to throw. Throws it underneath and incomplete at the 40-yard line with 15 seconds left in the half. They went underneath,
Yeah, underneath the Lamar Williams. Obviously, the Loyola secondary will give up that pass.
There you see Jay Robinson.
Longtime assistant coach over at Towson for Phil Albert and Gordy Combs.
We should say Andrew Goldbeck, who's star quarterback in this game last year for Calvert Hall, threw the 2 first-half touchdowns. He's at Towson now and redshirted this last year.
Yes, he is. And later on, we'll talk a little bit about Brand Hall, who's back on the sidelines at Loyola.
Robinson underneath. Completes to Dave Driscoll. Short gain on the play and knocked out of bounds with 7 seconds left. About 5 yards.
You see Brady Smith, the current quarterback right now. Scott Brand Hall, as you remember, back in the mid-1990s, led Loyola to 3 straight wins over Calvert Hall. Just graduated from Lehigh, where he was an outstanding quarterback there for 3 years, and now one of Brian Abbott's assistant coaches back at Loyola. Had a chance to talk to Brent a couple of weeks ago. Love to see guys, Scott, come back and coach after they played. I really enjoy seeing that. And we see that a lot in the Baltimore area.
It builds that tradition, you know.
Absolutely.
Somebody, they're going to take a knee, looks like victory formation, and Robinson drops the knee down, and that will be the end of the first half. So the only points on the board in this half, a lot of big plays back and forth, but the only one that put points on the board, Brady Smith, a 14-yard touchdown pass to Emery's Darrell that came with 6:43 left in the second quarter, and Loyola runs into the locker room with a 7-0 lead.
Scott, if you're Jay Robinson right now at the half, and we're going to wait for Jamie to try to get Coach Robinson, you know, you got to feel pretty good. You've moved the football against this bigger, stronger, more experienced defense, but you haven't been able to finish any of the drives, and that's going to be, I'm sure, the point of emphasis at the half for his offense.
Yeah, Calvert Hall had a great drive in the first quarter. They missed a field goal, but I'm sure Jay has got to feel good. Not about the zero, but their ability to move the ball, as you said. Let's go down to Jamie.
You moved the ball early in the first quarter. You were angling to the left side. What happened?
Well, we had some success moving the ball, but you know you have to close the deal in the red zone. A couple times we went down there and didn't get it done, and Loyola got it done in the red zone. That's the difference of the game right now.
You dodged one near the end of the half.
Yeah, fortunately we got our nickel defense on the field, and Brandon Nickens, who created the turnover to get us down there, he made a great play to get it back for us. So that's fair.
You got to be nuts to tell him what this team has to do in the second half. You can do almost. What are you going to tell him?
How about a touchdown or two? That's what I'm going to tell him. But, you know, we're playing good on defense, and we just have to get a score, so we'll be all right.
All right, Jay Robinson, head coach, Calvert Hall. We'll be right back. Stay with us.
The Baltimore County Savings Bank Turkey Bowl, brought to you by Under Armour. The advantage is undeniable. And Calvert Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning. Quality products, superior service.
It's Bob Bell's Rock and Roll Chevy Sale. Bob's rocking down prices to as low as $98.99 for brand new Chevys and rolling out the savings up to $11,000. $5,000 rebates, no interest, no money down, $159 a month. Leave your money at home and roll on down to Bob Bell's Chevrolet before Monday. East Point in Bel Air.
Shop early at Gordon's Jewelers Friday from 8 to noon and save on select diamond jewelry while supplies last. This half-carat diamond ring is only $99, $100 off. You'll also save $100 on this 1-carat bracelet, now only $199. And this 1-carat pendant and earring set is now only $499, $300 off. These savings and more end Friday at noon, so shop early at Gordon's. Gordon's Jewelers, since 1905.
Murray Cellular Associates, an authorized singular wireless agent, is your best choice for wireless service. Open since 1990, we can serve everyone with knowledgeable sales professionals, state-of-the-art technology, and a friendly, eager staff. Rollover minutes, new family talk plans, and 5,000 night and weekend minutes are just some of the ways we keep you connected. Murray Cellular Associates, your one-stop shop for all your wireless needs.
Hi, I'm Tom Murray with Murray Cellular Associates. Happy Thanksgiving!
Go, let's go, let's go! We started this thing, and now that we're on top, everybody's trying to knock us off. It's us versus them. We must protect this house. Will you protect this house? I will, I will.
It's Bob Bell's Rock and Roll Chevy Truck Month. Bob's rocking down prices to as low as $98.58 and rolling out the savings up to $11,000 on Silverados, Trailblazers, Tahoes, Suburbans. No money down, $189 a month for a new Chevy truck. Now through Monday at Bob Bell's Chevrolet, East Point and Bel Air.
Pat Givens is Calvert Hall's scholar athlete. The senior tight end and punter maintains a 3.72 grade point average and is a member of the McMullen Scholars Program. Pat is also active in the school's LaSalle Youth Organization, works with Big Brothers Program, with St. Ambrose, the Star Program, and with St. Vincent's, and is an event coordinator for the Gallagher Center. In addition, he is on the school's newspaper staff. Congratulations, Pat Givens, Calvert Hall's scholar athlete. Keith, that's one story of one of the players in this game. There's so many stories on both sides of the field today, and you got a real special one.
Yeah, kind of a family affair. That's the nature of this rivalry, and it is certainly the case with the Melanson family of Loyola High School. Teddy, the linebacker, his brother Tom is a coach, an assistant coach for the Loyola Dons. Though a couple of years ago, there were some anxious times with this close-knit family as Teddy Melanson underwent neck surgery, and it was an anxious moment for everyone in regards to this situation.
You know, when hearing those names, you know, everybody around here knows the names, and just being a part of that makes you feel like you're part of, you know, something bigger.
They read like a who's who of Baltimore high school sports. Henry Blaha, Pat Kennedy, Bob Williams, Tim Nordbrook, Tony Guy, Ted Melanson and his brother Tom, brothers, friends, as much part of the proud Loyola tradition as anyone to wear the blue and gold.
What they both bring is passion and an intensity for what they're going to do. And it's just heart and soul that they pour into everything.
Teddy Melanson is Coach Brian Abbott's very own Ray Lewis. From the number 52 on his back to his unending passion for the game, Teddy has followed his brother's lead in leading the Dons by example.
He is the toughest kid I've ever seen play at this level. I'm very, very proud of him.
Tom Melanson knows a thing or two about pride. A rock-solid 3-year starter for Joe Brune back in the late 1990s. Tom went to Washington and Lee to play lacrosse. He came back to Loyola this year to coach the Dons JV team, a homecoming he's cherished because he now helps coach his brother Ted.
Oh, he's been my best friend since he was born. I can't imagine a world without him.
With my brother, you know, gone at college for 4 years, I didn't get to see him much, and now that he comes back and, you know, actually coaches me is, you know, I never expected it, and it's just great. I get to see him every day now.
They can be very direct with one another, and Tom has no problem telling Teddy what he needs to get done, and sometimes he can phrase it in a way a coach can't.
Brian Abbott laughs about the brothers now. 2 years ago, that wasn't the case. The summer before Teddy's sophomore season, a tumor was found on the back of his neck. The tumor turned out to be non-cancerous, though he underwent surgery twice, and the Melanson's faith was tested.
When I heard that that my brother had a tumor, I was pretty shocked to hear that. Then the next thing was that it wasn't cancer.
What was going through your mind at that time? Geez, you're 17 years old, you're in the prime of your life. What went through your mind when you heard the word tumor?
Well, I thought that it was, you know, that I would need surgery, but I made up my mind that I wasn't going to miss any football season or anything.
Last year, you know, when he needed a second surgery, there was no doubt that it was going to happen after Thanksgiving. You know, they gave the doctors no option. Don't tell me it's going to happen before Thanksgiving. It will happen after Thanksgiving.
And why was that?
Well, his passion for football, and he wanted to play in the Turkey Bowl.
Teddy played in last year's Turkey Bowl and every game this year. He remains an inspiration to everyone around him, not just because of his 100 tackles, but because of his incomparable passion and desire for the game he loves.
For some reason, I knew that he was going to be okay. I knew that they were going to take care of him, and I knew that he was tough enough to be able to deal with it. In fact, I'm very proud of how he personally dealt with it.
You know, I would talk to him about stuff, anything that, you know, was bothering me. If I was, you know, upset that, you know, if I was going to lose my hearing or and stuff, I would talk to him, and he would, let me know that everything was all right. He held our family together at that point with his attitude and his being so brave.
And that's what an athlete's about. It's not always about who's the fastest, who's the strongest, who can play with the most passion.
Guys on 3. 1, 2, 3. Great piece, Keith, and a special family and a special kid.
Without a doubt, I want to thank Cliff Jurgen for putting that piece together, and thanks to Mom and Dad. Their mom is a Spanish teacher at Loyola. Dad used to be president of the men's club, so it truly is. There's Cliff Jurgen. Great job, Cliffy. But truly is a family affair, Scott, as we have seen and documented the last 4 years we've done this game. Grandfathers, uncles, fathers, sons. They've passed through generations to make this Thanksgiving Day thing a real classic around town.
And we'd like to wish a happy Thanksgiving to Gary Loradich, the president of Baltimore County Savings Bank, our title sponsor. They've been with us the last 4 years, and happy holidays to you. We got a great day and a great game, Gary.
Thanks, guys. Happy holidays to you and to everyone out there. We appreciate the participation. This is 4 years, a great crowd out here, and a great football game on a good day.
We were just joking. You were the black sheep of the family,
That's right?
You have everybody around you was part of that Calvert Hall family, and you chose a little different path. Right?
That's right. I took a different path. But my father-in-law, my two brothers, my brother all went to Calvert Hall. My father worked there for quite a few years, but living up in Harford County, I went to John Carroll, so I was like the black sheep of the family on this one. But it's still fun to come out here and watch this. A great crowd. I mean, I was backed up on 95 for 10, 15
right?
minutes.
That's a good sign.
It was a good sign and everything.
I know we had over 14,000 last year, and it looks even bigger today.
I think it is bigger.
We've got a nicer day. It's a little warmer than it was a year ago.
Great day out here.
Gary, why does the bank decide to do this? You don't have to, but I know you make a lot of kids happy, and you certainly make us happy.
Well, we pride ourselves in being from Baltimore with headquarters and all that. I mean, we're community-based, and this is a great community organization. And Thanksgiving, it's just a traditional thing to do. And there's a lot of moms out there, my wife included, that are home stuffing the turkey and getting dinner ready for us all now. We appreciate that. But it's just something to do on Thanksgiving Day that just kind of gives back to the community for all the support they've given us.
Gary, what I want to know is how come you got this nice Two Sports sweatshirt on, and Keith and I didn't even get one? I guess the money talks, right?
The money talks. We don't rate. Yeah. Go see Stacy. I'm sure she can dig up another one.
Gary, thanks a lot for your involvement. I know there are thousands of people all over the city that just love this event, whether they're here and part of it or watching on our air, and it wouldn't be possible without people like you.
Well, we're just glad everyone likes it, and proud of you guys, and you're doing a great job out here today.
Yeah, seriously, Gary. Well, I played high school sports in Baltimore, and to have this happen is an amazing thing, and we really appreciate it.
Well, I
good to see you
too, guys.
Happy Thanksgiving to you and your family. Gary Loradich, president of Baltimore County Savings Bank. We're at halftime. Loyola leads Calvert Hall 7-0. We'll return to M&T Bank Stadium right after this.
Gifts at the Target 2-Day sale. Friday and Saturday only.
Let's go!
Doors open Friday at 6 a.m. Woo!
Now there's something powerful enough to replace all these. Introducing the new Dirt Devil Vacuum Mop. It lets you go from vacuuming to mopping without stopping. Simply vacuum up the dry mess, then spray, mop, and toss. It has the power to clean your whole house, and it's convenient enough for a quick cleanup, even in tight spots. The new Vac Mop. Nothing escapes the power of a dirt devil.
To release, press the red button. Note the 2-power mid-cabin doors and aft hatch. And enjoy the movie on the DVD screen.
Act now during the Dodge year-end sales drive and get $500 holiday bonus cash. For the first time ever, get 0% financing and $500 bonus cash, or up to a $4,500 total cash allowance on select 2004 Caravans. Hurry, $500 holiday bonus cash ends December 1st.
Bye-bye. See you. Thanks for choosing Dodge.
Guard Kevin Morris is Loyola Scholar Athlete. The senior guard maintains a 4.04 grade point average and scored 1520 on the SATs. Kevin is a member of the German Club, Physics Club, National Honor Society, and National Honor Society for German. He's a finalist for the National Merit Scholarship. Kevin is also a Eucharistic minister and church youth group leader. In addition, he participated in the Project Maryland Service Program. Congratulations, Kevin Morris, Loyola's Scholar Athlete. The Calvert Plumbing and Heating and Air Conditioning highlights, Keith, starting with a pretty big hit there.
Yeah, Brady Smith, you know he's a quarterback, also could play a mean cornerback as well. Comes up and smacks down number 7, Mike Newton.
Only touchdown of the game, Brady Smith to Emery's Darrell.
Yeah, well, Jeff Reynolds, the defensive back, jumps, just can't get a perfect touch on the pass to Darrell, and the point after made it 7-0 Loyola.
Only touchdown of the first half right there. And then Brady Smith back to throw here. And the pick.
Yeah, Brandon Nickens, who earlier had fumbled a punt, kind of redeems himself right before the half. And one reason why the score is still 7-0. Big play there from number 1 of Calvert Hall, Brandon Nickens.
And your Dodge halftime stats. Loyola's got the lead, but Calvert Hall with an edge in first downs, 11-5, more rushing yards, more passing yards. And as Jay Robinson said, they moved the ball.
Yes,
they just have to do a little better in the red zone.
But Scott, that total yard stat was a lot greater after the first quarter than it is now. Loyola had a very productive second quarter, especially on the long touchdown drive. Well executed. The turnover stats even at 1.
Let's go down to Jamie Costello.
All right, Coach Abbott, what'd you tell him at half?
Just got to be a little bit more consistent, and we got to be really attentive to their big play possibilities.
Looked like you limited their run in the second quarter.
Well, it looks like it, but they kind of got away from it and were trying to hit big plays against us.
And that drive that you got 7, that was pretty.
Well, our O-line stepped up and did what they were capable of, and it was nice.
All right, 7-0. I know you know that's not enough.
Oh, not in this game. We got to be a little bit more consistent in what we're doing and force some turnovers.
Coach Abbott, good luck. Second half, Loyola leads 7-0 over Calvert Hall. We'll be back with more 84th Annual Turkey Bowl right here on ABC2 right after this.
ABC2's severe weather experts with Maryland's first and most powerful Doppler radar, because it does matter who you turn to. Storm Team, only on ABC2.
With today's low interest rates, there's never been a better time to come home to Baltimore County Savings Bank for a fixed-rate home equity loan or a line of credit. Pay off high-interest credit cards, make home improvements, or pay for college tuition. Baltimore County Savings Bank makes the application and settlement for your home equity loan quick and easy. Call or visit baltcosavings.com for today's low rates. You'll get more from your home when you come home to Baltimore County Savings Bank. FDIC insured, equal housing lender.
Hi, everybody. Fred Manfred here from my friends Rod Adams and Lloyd Hawk at Adams Jeep in Aberdeen. I'm here with a very happy Adams Jeep customer, Barb. Barb, you've purchased a lot of cars here.
I've purchased 9 cars here. They're very helpful with me. They're never pushy. I've actually taken 2, 3, 4 cars home, kept them overnight. And one time they've been upset with me. I would tell anybody to come to Adams.
You too can have a wonderful buying experience. Stop by Route 22 in Aberdeen, Adams Jeep.
Murray Cellular Associates, an authorized singular wireless agent, is your best choice for wireless service. Open since 1990, we can serve everyone with knowledgeable sales professionals, state-of-the-art technology, and a friendly, eager staff. Rollover minutes, new family talk plans, and 5,000 night and weekend minutes are just some of the ways we keep you connected. Murray Cellular Associates, your one-stop shop for all your wireless needs.
Hi, I'm Tom Murray with Murray Cellular Associates. Happy Thanksgiving!
If you're injured in an accident caused by someone else's negligence, it can be devastating. That's why you need the concerned representation of Science Kirk and Mine. That's 1-800-LAWYERS.
Let's talk about it. Because if you have a phone, you have a lawyer.
Time and Temp is brought to you by the Bob Bell Automotive Group.
Loyola has the halftime lead, 7-0, as Calvert Hall comes back onto the field. And Keith, I'm not sure anybody changes a whole lot as far as the X's and O's. I think both teams pretty much were able to do what they thought they might be able to do. Want to tighten things up a little bit, but both teams showed the ability to move the football in the first half.
Yeah, obviously Brian Abbott's still worried about the big play possibility for Calvert Hall. Jay Robinson's got to feel pretty good because they moved the football a lot of times in the first half, but just unable to close the deal, as Jay said at halftime.
84th meeting between Loyola and Calvert Hall. We're just about set to kick off the second half. We'll return to M&T Bank Stadium right after this.
The Baltimore County Savings Bank Turkey Bowl, brought to you by Under Armour. The advantage is undeniable. And Calvert Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning. Quality products, superior service. Calvert Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning. Quality products, superior service. Established more than 17 years ago, our professionals are committed to providing the highest level of workmanship at the best value for our customers. Installation, repairs, and maintenance. We specialize in commercial, industrial, and residential service, no matter what the weather or your plumbing, heating, or air conditioning needs. Call us at 410-323-5400 or visit us on the web at calvertinc.com. Calvert Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning. Quality products, superior service. Murray Cellular Associates, an authorized Singular wireless agent, is your best choice for wireless service. Open since 1990, we can serve everyone with knowledgeable sales professionals, state-of-the-art technology, and a friendly, eager staff. Rollover minutes, new family talk plans, and 5,000 night and weekend minutes are just some of the ways we keep you connected. Murray Cellular Associates, your one-stop shop for all your wireless needs.
Hi, I'm Tom Murray with Murray Cellular Associates. Happy Thanksgiving!
It's Bob Bell's pre-owned rock and roll sale at Bel Air and East Point. Bob's rocking down prices as low as $29.95 and rolling out the savings up to $6,000 on over 500 pre-owned compacts, luxury cars, pickups, and SUVs. And he's rocking with $3,000 guaranteed trade on any vehicle you can push, pull, or tow. 3.9% interest up to 60 months. It's rock and roll time at Bob Bell's pre-owned outlets, 1 mile south of Hartford Mall on Business Route 1 in Bel Air and 7900 Eastern Avenue across from East Point Mall.
Referee Tom O'Hara has the captains out at the 50-yard line as we get ready to start the second half. Loyola leads Calvert Hall 7-0.
Debbie Mudgett doing her job well as usual, as we're seeing some of the visuals here that make the Calvert Hall Loyola game such a big tradition.
What we didn't see were the captains out there to start the second half.
Right.
We did see Debbie.
But they were. You know, Scott, we've got a little bit of time here. The names of guys of past Turkey Bowls. Bob Williams went to Notre Dame, All-American. Ed Hardigan, Dick Walt. I mean, this is
George Young.
Young. This game has featured some of the greatest athletes, Henry Blaha, in the history of Baltimore sports. And now it's into the 2000s here at a brand new football stadium with artificial turf. Do you ever think you'd see the day that this would happen?
Really. The artificial turf paying off this time of year in this place. As much as I'm not crazy about artificial turf, this is certainly better than the artificial turf we first saw back in the 60s. And we should mention George Young, very popular name and a Calvert Hall player in this game, is a finalist for the NFL Hall of Fame this year. And it would be a great tribute to the late George Young to see him get elected. Second half
along
underway.
with Art Modell again, right,
Yes,
Scott?
Art also a finalist. And a big hit as Calvert Hall grabs that little squib kick. Number 42 for the Cardinals, Ben Casserly, got a pretty big hit from Tim Stanton. Let's go down, check in with Jamie.
Tell you what, you got to take a look at this crowd here. We had over 14,000 there last year, and this year I think we're going to pass that. We're going to shatter that. You know what? They must be teaching smart people at Calvert Hall and Loyola because they're sitting in the sun.
They want to be on TV. I think that's one of the reasons.
Calvert Hall must have won the coin toss because their fans are on the sunny side of the stadium, the north side. Loyola fans over here in the shade. Robinson and the Cardinals on the ground on their first play, and look out, Mike Newton found a big hole and gets up across the 45, 11-yard pickup before Alex Thompson brought him down.
Scott, Calvert Hall had a lot of success early on this same play. Look at big number 75 Seal on the inside, Sean Sweeney, good block on the outside. Newton not touched till he gets to the secondary, and they again, that was their bread and butter in the first half. Good coach, and they went right back to it to start the second half.
Bushman and Newton in the eye. They give it right back to Newton. Busts a tackle, still spinning up to the 45-yard line of Loyola, and then some. Brady Smith finally brings him down. Looks like he's got another first down. So back-to-back runs from Mike Newton produce 2 first downs, and Calvert Hall comes out cranked up.
Yes, they do, Scott. Brady Smith looked like he was trying to pull a Ray Lewis and jerk the ball out, but again, this time they go opposite to the left side. Good blocking from the point of attack. Newton picks his spots, runs through one tackler, but can't run through Brady Smith. Look at Smith. He's got to try to rip the ball out.
A couple of Loyola tacklers just didn't wrap up. They went and made hits, but didn't wrap up the ball carrier. 1st and 10 from the 42. Robinson looking to throw. Good protection. Got a man wide open. Lamar Williams juggles but hangs on. He's got it inside the 5, down to the 3-yard line. 39 yards on the pass. Robinson to Williams.
Another play action pass, Scott. Not really sure that fake froze anybody because it wasn't a really great fake.
Just good blocking.
Good blocking. A lot of time gives Williams a chance to find a dead spot in the defense. Could have been a busted coverage because he was wide open. And we'll see now if Jay Robinson's Cars can close the deal like he said they needed to do in the first half.
They are deep in the red zone this time. 1st and goal from the 3. On the ground, it's Newton, gets wide, lost the football out of bounds. They'll retain possession. Van Brooks up to make the stop.
Boy, Van Brooks is some kind of defensive back. He's side to side. He's strong on pass coverage, and he can come up and shut down the run. It looked like Newton might get in here, and Brooks came out of nowhere and shuts him down at the 1. Big play by number 25. See it again. Newton scoots, I'm sorry, Scott Newton had some daylight, found the daylight, closed down quickly.
On the ground, right side, Newton. Did he get in? No signal. He stopped down around the 1-yard line. It'll be 3rd and goal.
Yeah, this is when the big boys up front kind of earn their keep for the day. We'll see it again, Scott, right off right guard and right tackle.
Sweeney, you mentioned him, Keith. He's the biggest guy in that line, 260-pound right tackle, and they like to run behind him.
Yeah, Strickland did a nice job, too, of taking out number 46 Bushman, who led the play.
Inches for a touchdown here. Quarterback sneak, he's in. Andrew Robinson went behind left guard John Kibler and his center Brandon Hastings, and we're a point after away from a tie football game.
Just a sophomore, Scott. Boy, really showed a lot of poise on that play because he really didn't try to hurry it. He kind of let the play develop and then just kind of tiptoed around his center, finds the touchdown, or finds the end zone, and gives Calvert Hall their first touchdown.
Andrew Robinson will hold. Jimmy Anastasia will try to knot it up with the point after.
Boy, hard to believe that kid's just a sophomore.
Snap a little high, they get it down, and the kick is perfect. Right down the middle, and we are tied in the Turkey Bowl. 7-7 tie, 10:06 to play in the 3rd quarter. The 84th meeting between Loyola and Calvert Hall, and we've got a good one.
Tired of waiting in line? Then start banking online with Baltimore County Savings Bank. Visit baltcosavings.com, click the online banking link, and start paying bills, check account balances, transfer funds, and more, all from the convenience of your home, 24 hours a day. No checks to write, stamps to buy, or lines to wait in. So stop banking in line and start banking online when you come home to Baltimore County Savings Bank, FDIC insured.
Murray Cellular Associates, an authorized singular wireless agent, is your best choice for wireless service. Open since 1990, we can serve everyone with knowledgeable sales professionals, state-of-the-art technology, and a friendly, eager staff. Rollover minutes, new family talk plans, and 5,000 night and weekend minutes are just some of the ways we keep you connected. Murray Cellular Associates, your one-stop shop for all your wireless needs.
Hi, I'm Tom Murray with Murray Cellular Associates. Happy Thanksgiving!
We started this thing, and now that we're on top, everybody's trying to knock us off. It's us versus them. We must protect this house. Will you protect this house? I will. We must protect this house.
Loyola coach Abbott said we must limit Calvert Hall to the big play, and Calvert Hall enjoyed the big play, the big pass play where two wide receivers were wide open, one deeper than the next, and all they had to do was haul it in. They did, and then we crash it in. Calvert Hall ties it up 7-0.
And the kickoff back to Devin Gordon up the right sideline, and he stopped short of the 25-yard line. Jay Bell down on the stop. That touchdown drive, 6 plays, 65 yards. Big play, the 39-yard pass from Andrew Robinson to Lamar Williams.
Kind of setting this up, Scott, like the first game we ever did here. The 7-6 overtime thriller. The fumble on the goal line from Bobby Griffin, and just a great game.
That was the one, we just saw Joe Brune at halftime. Joe decided to go for 2.
Yes, he did. I still give him credit for that. I'm sorry.
Yep.
I admire the man for doing it.
Oh, yeah, he played to win. And Gilliard bounces off of tackles. What a run up across the 35 to the 36. Picks up 11 and a first down. Good effort from Chris Gilliard before Brooks Lopez finally brought him down.
Yeah, Scott, we kind of compared him to a high school version of Jamal Lewis earlier for keeping his legs moving. Well, here it is again. He bounces it out to the outside and then runs through number 27, Anastasia, keeps the legs moving. And like you said, Scott, you got to wrap up, and you got to do it until he's down.
This one's coming back, though. Penalty call against Loyola.
Didn't really see what the infraction was. It was a late flag, whatever. I'm wondering if it was
personal foul.
It was after the play, Scott, because it's first down.
A personal foul call against Loyola.
Maybe an excessive celebration of some sort of taunting. See Brian Abbott not really happy about the call or his team's execution of it.
Pushes him back to the 13-yard line. Brady Smith out of the shotgun, the 6'2", 240-pound junior quarterback. Little flip to the near side, the hiss. And Ryan Hiss breaks this one tackle, cuts back inside, then gets stacked up just across the 20. Dane Robinson on the tackle.
Boy, very impressed with Robinson. Big, strong, number 88. He's 6'4", 240, and we've seen countless times today him kick it out to the outside and run down smaller, quicker backs. You see Hiss, little flanker screen kind of a thing here, where you try to isolate Hiss on the corner. It's broken down by Robinson, who comes in and shuts the play down. Nice play by number 88.
Haven't seen a lot of Hiss, not in the first half, but he scored 5 touchdowns. Rushed for 269 yards. Here comes Brady Smith. Now pitches it back. Ooh, and a big hit. You heard the pads popping that time. McPherson came up on the tackle.
And that was Robinson again, too, Scott, 88. And he's a right defensive end. And we've seen him kick out twice to make the plays in the flat. First time we've seen this play, too, Scott. A little different look. Little naked option. He brought Brooks around from the right wing, and boy, he just stuck his shoulder down, but Robinson got lower. Let's see it again. Robinson sheds the tackle along with Anastasia. You're right, Scott, that was 27 on the tackle, delivering the hit. Ooh.
Shotgun on 3rd and 6. Brady Smith throwing, and it's broken up. Nice defense from Evan Williams. Got a hand on the ball, and the punt team will have to come on for Loyola.
Very impressed with Calvert Hall's young secondary, Scott. They break on the ball well, good coverage. Smith looking for the out, and you're right, Evan Williams reads the play well.
So Dubiowski into punt. Back deep for Calvert Hall. Easy and Reynolds.
If you're Jay Robinson, Scott, you have to feel good about that defensive set right there. Coming off the touchdown, they'll get the ball back in pretty good field position.
And not a very good punt, angled out of bounds, but they're going to have it in Loyola territory. Let's see where they mark it. Official walks upfield, and he'll mark it inside the 50, inside the 45. We'll take a timeout and return right after this.
Shop early at Gordon's Jewelers Friday from 8 to noon and save on select diamond jewelry while supplies last. This half-carat diamond ring is only $99, $100 off. You'll also save $100 on this 1-carat bracelet, now only $199. And this 1-carat pendant and earring set is now only $499, $300 off. These savings and more end Friday at noon, so shop early at Gordon's. Gordon's Jewelers, since 1905.
Hi, everybody. Fred Manfra for my friends Ron Adams and Lloyd Hawk at Adams Jeep in Aberdeen. Joe, you've been a long-time Adams Jeep customer, and service is so important when you buy a car. What separates Adams Jeep from the rest?
Well, our family has bought our last 5 or 6 cars from Adams Jeep, and the quality and service of their staff has been second to none.
Timeliness of the repair is so important. Also, getting it done, getting it fixed.
Yes, usually you get your car in one day and out the same day, and the quality is great.
That's Adams Jeep in Aberdeen on Route 22. Come on up and...
And a happy Thanksgiving to everybody. A beautiful morning here at M&T Bank Stadium. Loyola and Calvert Hall giving us a good show. The 84th meeting between these two schools. We're tied at 7. Scott Garceau, Keith Mills, Jamie Costello down on the sidelines. And a short punt gives Calvert Hall terrific field position as they start on Loyola's 42. Andrew Robinson out of the gun now. Takes the snap. Good protection again. And it's caught inside the 25, down near the 23-yard line. Great pass. Mike Newton out of the backfield on the catch, and that's a 19-yard gain.
Yeah, split the defender, Scott, but the offensive line gives him a lot of time. For Newton to get out of the backfield and run that pattern, it's got to take some time, and he threads the needle between what? Brooks, look at that, I mean, and Brady Smith. That is a perfect pass. Newton paid the price, but boy, you can't draw that up
right
any
in
better.
there. Yep. And now they fake it on the ground. It's the end around. Lamar Williams trying to find some running room, cuts back to the middle. He's inside the 15, penalty marker down as he got down to the 14-yard line. Good gain on the play, but a flag is down. He got 6.
He ran about 60 there, didn't he? We'll see what the call is. I believe it's going against Calvert Hall, but
holding. Yeah, we got a holding call.
When you want to teach kids how to follow blocks, show them this tape right here, because Williams does a nice job of following his blocks. The play was almost shut down early.
There's the call from Tom O'Hara. Well, they would have had it inside the 15-yard line. Now they push back to the 27-yard line.
Yeah, let's take another look at it. You see Williams cutting back, trying to spot the penalty right there. May have been holding on against Piper, number 81. Yeah, the holding call, number 75, Sean Sweeney.
Robinson throws a little short pass over the middle. Defense closing in a hurry. Teddy Melanson on the stop after a 4-yard gain. Just a little quick flip to Lamar Williams. Guess they feel like, Keith, if they get the ball in his hands, he's got quickness and he can take a short pass and make it a big play.
Absolutely, Scott. Plus, you're not going to get all the yards back on one play. You try to make it a workable second or third down situation here, and maybe
even a field goal situation.
Even a field goal, absolutely.
Although the first attempt from Calvert Hall lacked.
It was hardly Matt Stover-like.
2nd down and 11 from the 23. Game tied at 7, second half. Robinson off play action. Throws to the near side. Williams open, cuts back to the middle. Look out. Now down he goes at about the 19-yard line. They need to get down almost to the 12 for a first down. And we check in to our sideline reporter, the man on the scene near the popping of the pads, Jamie Costello.
They are popping them, I'll tell you that much. Let me tell you something. Calvert Hall's done everything right ever since they closed out the first half with the interception to stop the Loyola drive. And now Coach Abbott's trying to get this Loyola club regrouped here. He's taking the jacket off and he's screaming instructions here. Offensively, they've been stopped by Calvert Hall, and Calvert Hall through the air and on the ground starting to move the ball again.
3rd and 7 from the Loyola 19. Game tied at 7. 6:45 to play in the quarter. Robinson back to throw. He's protected well again. Throws and a little too high. Dave Driscoll tried to bring it down but couldn't. And now it'll be 4th down.
Interesting decision here what Jay Robinson will do. Again, nice throw that time by Robinson. Drops down every now and then, Scott, to deliver kind of like a 3/4 arm throw here. Watch, again, Robinson gets some pretty good protection. And that time he actually whipped it overhand, and Driscoll just couldn't hold on.
They'll go for it on 4th down. Ball on the 19. They have to get down near the 12-yard line for a first down. Shotgun set. Robinson, the sophomore quarterback, with the football and throws a slant incomplete. Almost like the screen to the wideout, Lamar Williams, but he couldn't bring it in. And Loyola takes over on downs. Clock is stopped, 6:38 to play, 3rd quarter. It's a 7-7 tie in the 84th meeting between Calvert Hall and Loyola.
With today's low interest rates, there's never been a better time to come home to Baltimore County Savings Bank for a fixed-rate home equity loan or a line of credit. Pay off high-interest credit cards, make home improvements, or pay for college tuition. Baltimore County Savings Bank makes the application and settlement for your home equity loan quick and easy. Call or visit baltcosavings.com for today's low rates. You'll get more from your home when you come home to Baltimore County Savings Bank. FDIC insured, equal housing lender.
Built by the Jesuits on Ignatian principles, Loyola Blakefield has offered an outstanding Catholic college preparatory education for more than 150 years. This is Jim McKay, class of 39. Our mission is to graduate intellectually competent men who are religious, loving, and committed to justice, integrity, and open to growth. Loyola Dons are leaders, not followers, who exemplify academic excellence, faith, and being men for others.
Murray Cellular Associates, an authorized Singular wireless agent, is your best choice for wireless service. Open since 1990, we can serve everyone with knowledgeable sales professionals, state-of-the-art technology, and a friendly, eager staff. Rollover minutes, new family talk plans, and 5,000 night and weekend minutes are just some of the ways we keep you connected. Murray Cellular Associates, your one-stop shop for all your wireless needs.
Hi, I'm Tom Murray with Murray Cellular Associates. Happy Thanksgiving!
Brian Abbott's Loyola Dons have won 5 straight. They come in with the momentum, but throw it all out when it's the Turkey Bowl.
Isn't that the truth?
They're going head-to-head today, 7-7 tie, 6:38 to play. Brady Smith gives it to Gilliard, and Gilliard still fighting. Boy, good strength. He's 5'10", 200 pounds, but he just muscled the last 2-3 yards there all on his own.
Very impressed, Scott, how he keeps his legs moving. Hate to keep comparing it to Jamal Lewis, but we see Jamal running every Sunday and just keeping those legs churning. That's an extra 5 yards just by keeping the legs moving.
Brings it up to the 25-yard line. 2nd and 4. Smith has him in the eye. Goes right back to Gilliard off right guard. And it looks like he stopped about a yard short of the first down. Let's go down to the sidelines, Jamie.
Well, Coach Abbott right after that said, look, this is the drive. This is the drive. We need this. And he looked the offensive line in the face and just told him, you got to block up front.
He also told him, James, that if you score a touchdown here, that this game is probably over. And, you know, we'll see if that happens, Scott. But it does look like they've taken the same approach in this drive that they did the one in the first half. Let's run the football, establish the ground game.
3rd down and 1 from the eye. Gilliard off the right side, and he's got the first down, breaks a tackle, and gets up to the 34-yard line. Chris Gilliard running hard. Jeff Reynolds on the stop.
I really like the cornerbacks in this game that can come up and deliver a blow. Now, Gilliard sheds one tackle here, Scott, and if Jeff Reynolds does not come up here, I think Gilliard might be gone. He gets the first down, but